Good day everyone. My name is Francis and this is my first video after my diagnosis with leukemia. On June 20th of this year, 2023, I got diagnosed with leukemia, and that didn't surprise me a bit because I wasn't feeling very well around mid-March. Just exhaustion that I can't explain. Lack of appetite, my joints being sore, and it's just hard to explain. The entire body wasn't acting like I normally feel. Yeah. And I figured because I was overworked. I'm a demolition supervisor, working supervisor, which means I actually do the work along with the crew and operate heavy equipments. I train people on the field, paperwork, transportation for the crew, hotels. There's a lot of responsibility. So me saying, overworked is probably a watered down version of how hard we work in demolition field and any construction field. But I just wasn't feeling very well. So starting April, I started going to the doctors and getting some blood work done. And my blood work came out a little weird, according to the doctor. So they decided to, keep me tested every couple of weeks or so. And on June 20th, they found the blast cells of my blood, free-flowing blast cells. What blast cells are, they're immature blood cells that's supposed to stay in your bone marrow until they mature and they come out and they, support oxygen and everything the blood needs to do throughout the body. When they find blast cells in your blood flow, that means you're releasing immature cells. That means you have leukemia, apparently. I'm not an oncologist. That's the best way I can explain it. But I got diagnosed with leukemia on June 20th, and my oncologist told me stop working immediately, or at least soon as possible, because she was afraid that, because the line of work I was in, if I get hurt, blood loss or blunt trauma to the head, which is very possible, I got scars for days, and I agreed. So I gave a doctor's note to my work saying, look, the reason why I wasn't feeling so well since March is because I just got diagnosed with leukemia and I can't work until further notice. And my work was very understanding. So I took some time off, and at that point I still didn't know what kind of leukemia I had. Doctor explained to me I could have a very mild form of leukemia which can be treated with some medication, maybe light chemotherapy, which I don't even know what light chemotherapy means. Or it could be uncurable, due to my age. I just turned 47 this year, and she said, even at 47, there is type of leukemia that is incurable. So, I accepted it. It didn't really hit me hard. I mean, it still hasn't hit me hard yet. It almost sounds or feels like a dream to me, But every day it reminds me this disease is real. I'm feeling weak. No appetite, not from just the chemo. I just don't have appetites anymore. But on July 6th or July 7th, I had the bone marrow test done, or the test result from the bone marrow came in, first week of July. And it came out that I have a CMML, stage 2 leukemia. And doctor told me what that means is I am really close to having acute leukemia. Acute leukemia is incurable. I mean, they're talking about palliative care at that point, like hospice care, just trying to make me feel comfortable and relax me as much as possible to the day I pass. but because mine is CMML stage 2, she said I have a hope and possible chance of going through complete intermission. So I've been getting treatment since then. Aggressive chemo, which is 7 days straight chemo, followed by 2 to 3 times a week lab work, a couple of surgeries because I had some complications as well. Complications I can talk about it later. But the news wasn't very good. We were hoping for something a little bit better. I mean, if I get lung cancer, I could believe it. I've been smoking cigarettes for 30 years and, I have a stressful job. So if I had lung cancer, that's something I could accept. But leukemia, wow, hard to accept. They don't know what causes it. They know how to treat it to a degree, but not really. And I got a lot of people that tells me, like a lot of friends, tell me, well, at least you don't have stage 4 cancer. I hate to break this to most people that don't think stage 2 is dangerous, because when you're diagnosed with leukemia, you are already stage 4. Leukemia means that immature blood cell is flowing through everywhere in your body that has a blood flow. So I had cancer from my brain to my toe and everything in between. That's stage 4. That's how far it spreads. Stage 2 CMML means I'm one step closer to acute, which means no cure for me. That's a death sentence, almost 100%. Right now I have 50-50 shot of living past 6 months, and that's if everything goes well. I have 50-50 shot. Either way, I can accept it. My youngest daughter's 19. My wife is retired, working for the state. She busts her butt 25 years straight. She was able to retire early. And my wife is also blind, legally blind, clinically blind. I think she got better vision than me, but she is retired through the state, and she put her work in. She put her time in. It's a well-deserved retirement. So that's my support system. It's just my wife and I. Kids and I are estranged because they know everything. They know way more than us grown-ups, and they're doing their own things, and we don't talk very often. I miss them. Miss my kids. But anyway, just working all my life, just working, just not even just a regular 40 hours a week. We work in 60, 70, 80 hours a week just to pay bills, just to own things that is materialistic. It's probably not really that valuable at the end of it. But, it's difficult to make a living based off 40 hours a week paycheck. So you're encouraged from your job to work overtime. And, I work so much that sometimes I forget what year it is. And a lot of things I let go for granted because to me, I was a young man, still had plenty of time. And for some reason I blinked my eyes and I'm 47 years old. Hair is going bald. I mean, this is not from leukemia. This is actually naturally going bald. Well, it's salt and pepper, so it's really short. So it's not bald yet, but it's getting there. And it's scary thinking I could die in 6 months. If they don't find a matching donor, I could be dead in 6 months if I refuse treatment. With the treatment, without the donor, they say I can probably live 2 to 4 years. Because my leukemia will turn into acute leukemia. It's guaranteed. I got 2 oncologists from 2 different hospitals, Johns Hopkins and University of Maryland, working on my case together. Just to, I want to say, trying to help me out, trying to keep me alive, help me survive through this hard time. So I got two great teams working for me, or working with me, I should say. And this is a scary disease. You know, the chemo, it doesn't really bother me that much, but to other people, I've seen people getting sick during chemo, and I've seen people pass out. Um, getting blood transfusion. I mean, I had 9 transfusions so far because again, I had some complications, and it made me really sick. Not from my disease, but from the medication I got from the hospital. That one pill almost killed me. So from that pill, I had to get 9 different blood transfusions. I don't know how many bags of IV. My arms were, all the veins in my arms were fried, so I had to get surgery. I had to get this port put on my chest here. And this black dot you're seeing here, that's hematoma. After the after the surgery, I developed a hematoma, so even this port was not useful. I had to wait several weeks for this to heal enough for them to use this port instead of using my arm for access to get either chemo drugs or blood transfusion, IVs, any kind of medication. Or when they do lab work, they just poke me through here because there's a round disc-like object implanted in my chest, and there's a catheter that goes into my heart valve. It's not an artery; it's just a dump valve. So it's a low flow vein. And there's also a tube that goes all the way up to here. If I squeeze my skin, you can see it. It's kind of gross, but it feels disgusting to touch. First week or so, I couldn't sleep, and I'm a belly sleeper. I have to sleep on my back, which means no sleep for a week. Figures, right? If life isn't hard enough with this deadly disease, now you're depriving me of my sleep. Thanks, docs. But what am I going to do? Am I going to cry about it? You know, curse at the God? You know, why'd you take my grandson? Why'd you take my mom? That's not enough. Now you're taking me. So back to back to back. You're just killing my family off. Or let go of the foolish questions and try and enjoy the life. Well, at least what's left of it. And again, due to working, 40 and 80 hours a week, I really didn't have a whole lot of time to clear my head, I guess. That's the word I want to use. Not really a rest, but just to clear my head away from work, away from modern technology, except for the phone, because you never know, it might break down, so gotta have a phone with you. But away from TV, cable, computers, and just want to enjoy camping. That's something I've been craving since last year. I just want to go camping, and my wife, bless her heart, she gave me all this camping gears for this past Christmas, and today is the first day I came out camping because I felt good enough. My body felt well enough I can come out camping. But I'm still a dummy, so I didn't come camping on my car. I came to campground with my motorcycle. So let me just show you what I got going on in the campsite. I have just got here. I just got everything set up, and I just want to make this video before I lose all the lighting. And I just want to say hello to everybody. And if you're going through what I'm going through, you're at the very beginning stage of the diagnosis, you have questions, concerns, or if there's anything I can help you with, let me know. Leave me a comment. I don't have that many friends. Matter of fact, I had one friend in life, and he's so close to me, I called him my brother. We kind of grew up together. And we are so close, if we stay in contact a handful of times a year, we're probably speaking to each other too much. That's how good of a friend we are. I love the man to death. You know, we go on a bike rides together, but before, all of this, we stayed in contact maybe 2, 3 times a year. But now we stay in contact a little more than usual, which is kind of weirding me out a little bit. I know he's checking up on me, make sure I'm alive, make sure I'm healthy, as healthy as I can be. So, yeah, you don't need that many friends. Just one or two will do just fine. I don't like complication with a whole lot of friends anyway, but I'm not open to having more friends neither. So, if you have any questions about my condition, you know, what I'm doing now since my diagnosis, other than going camping like today. Today is the first time, like I said, and just drop a comment. Let's talk about this, because this disease is something you just don't hold it in your heart. It'll kill you. It's not only physically disabling, but it's mentally disabling as well. It's rough. It's very rough. And my wife is going through this with me every day. And I feel so terrible for her, because this is not a disease that I only have. It's a disease I share with my wife. So I feel bad for her every day. There's time for crying later, I just want to enjoy this wonderful day, just doing what I used to enjoy, which is out in the woods camping. So let me just show you what little setup I have, and hopefully I'll talk to you soon. So that's a little campfire wood that I chopped up. Demo axe, because why not? That's my 22 Street Glide. Great bike for moto camping. Great bike. My little one-man tent, sleeping pad, sleeping bag. That's it. Very, very simple setup. And look how beautiful this place is. Except right here, that's ugly. But I have, pretty much a waterfront view of this campsite. And it makes my heart bleed, missing all these time, missing all this moments that I could have enjoyed all these years. But life demands life. And unfortunately, this is not part of everybody's life. We're born to work, and we kill ourselves working. I wish everybody have a great day.